All right. Howdy, folks. Welcome back. I told you I would be back. And here we go. All right, let's get the show started. This is Germany flooding out yesterday. Again. Everybody's getting hit now, so. Anyways, so while we're loading this up, I'll take a moment to thank everybody for taking a moment of your precious time to be here with this precious family. And if you know what I mean, you are part of that precious family. Some of you know what I mean. All right, Jelly Bean, let's get her done. All right, not much to go, not much to report on. I'm not even going to go frame by frame because there's just not much to report on. You can see a little bit of this inward flow. These are like, I think, inbound objects, ones that are coming up to like approach the sun that are going to ricochet off and come out at another angle. Okay, sometimes they come out different angles than they came in. All right, so also we have some spire action still out there. Okay, but nothing too much to report on. So let's get moving here. I got more of a spiritual report tonight, so I want to just get through this real quick. All right, here's our day today. A little bit of bumpiness, boom, 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 but you saw the satellite. It wasn't much, okay? And then going into tomorrow is not much either. All right, our X flare potential still remains at 35%. That's because of region 3697. And the other X flare is now kicked off of there, but it squeezed out two more M flares, a 7.3 and a 2.0. Over here, our solar indices went down a little bit. It was 188, so it went down just a tad bit. This one's going higher than the regular solar indice. So we're having a little fluctuation with our solar flux. The flux is fluctuating. Oh, flux. Anyways, back to our geomagnetic forecast here. They're calling for nothing tomorrow, okay? Because we got a little slight impact and they're thinking, okay, that's it. Now, the one for the 4th that we were talking about last night, G2, maybe G3, everybody's now lowering it to G1, okay? Note everybody's lowering it to G1. I say stick around G2. We'll see. Okay? But, and then after that, clear. All right, so we'll see how that goes as well. Back to this, though. We still got these two bad boys right here, 91 and 97. 91 has degraded just to beta gamma. There's no more delta component to it, but 97 is still beta gamma delta. All right, we still have some other sunspots out there, too, but this one and this one being the two main players, okay? Especially 97. That's old 64, okay? Hello, everybody out there in the chat, you beautiful people. Look at you tearing up the chat room already. Good job. All right, let's get back to business here. Not much of a rise in our KP. It's not even above 3 yet, so still light absorption. You know, here's our auroras. They're a little light. They're a little brighter than last night, but they're still pretty light. There's not much really to report on there, which is good news. It's, a quiet day. I like a quiet day for a change. I can't tell you. Finally, a quiet day, a day of rest. Isn't that what Sunday's supposed to be about? Okay, anyways, light activity, nothing too bad. KB3. Okay, no events that they're logging, but let's just open it up anyways. Look at that. No events. No Earth-directed CME. All right, so this little blast right here that came off today looks to sideswipe us just a tad bit. I don't know. We'll see. Let's see what these guys got on deck. They're still stuck on this one on the 1st. Never mind. Back on out. Back it up, son. We're not going down that street. All right, so there's your latest little CME, a little side swipe again. 3 days from now would be the 5th. Okay, so maybe not the 4th, but we might see something around the 5th. Okay, now let me get up here to this article real quick. The minor G1 storm watch. Minor G1 geomagnetic storm watch was added for June 4th An eruption following the M73 solar flare on Saturday apparently ejected enough material to possibly pass Earth and generate a storm. Aurora sky watchers at higher latitudes are going to have an orgasm. No, they should be on alert though because Monday night into Tuesday. All right, now Halo CME, the latest NOAA update explains that the Halo CME observed soon after the long duration M7 solar flare may actually be related to far side activity and not to Earth directed. While some plasma appears to be released following the Earth facing event, the halo signature may be unrelated. Remember, we saw that weird disc looking, tire looking shape? That's the one they're talking about. If so, the prospects for geomagnetic storming just diminished significantly. More to follow once the updates. Okay. June 2, it goes without saying that May 24 was the great month of the sun. Large sunspots and large solar flares dominated our attention. We also reached a new high for both solar flux index and the sunspot number count for solar cycle 25. The sunspot number average for May 2024 is 171.7. This is the highest count since September of 2002 during cycle 23. The solar flux index average for last month is 187. So a new high for the current solar cycle. Okay. Bing. Cool little graph here. We're way ahead of the solar cycle. We're way up here. Okay. We should be going on this little gray hump right here. And as you can see, it's ding, 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 up, down. So not a very reliable chart right now. Let's just move on. We did that yesterday. Let's move on to this. Here we go. Geomagnetic storm watch. NOAA forecasters say that the G1 class geomagnetic storm is possible June 4th. When the CME is expected to graze Earth. Blah, 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 blah. The CME was the 1st of June. Okay, double solar flare. Much confusion has attended this forecast because there was actually two CMEs at the same time, one towards Earth and one away from Earth. Analysts unraveled the two storm clouds to produce a likely likely model, shall we? Denied. Probably too likely. All right. Anyways, the anti-transit of Venus on June 3rd, Venus will pass directly behind the sun. That's Venus then on our tracker right here going behind the sun. Okay. All right, and that's about it. This dude took a picture of Venus up here by the telescope. You can come over and read that if you need to. We're going to move on. And over to our Schumann. And as you can see, some smooth sailing for a minute here. Look at that. Feels good. I can't wait to get some sleep tonight. I haven't had any rest in like 4 days. So, pressure has released, everything going nice and calm and smooth. We got some continuity. It's not a bunch of up and down roller coaster. See a slight little bit of grinding right up above right there, but nothing to really write home about. So that's good news as well. I almost didn't do a show tonight because there's nothing to report, but no, we're not going to report on that. We're sticking with a good show tonight. Okay, here we are. Our SO2 report. There's our country divided right there. One side bleeding out, SO2, the other side a little spotty, hit and miss. Whoosh. All right, every time. All right, now as we zoom in, you can see some of these places that have flooding has plugged up the holes in the ground. It's keeping the gas from coming out, but some of the areas around this get intense. Just like you plug up the holes in the balloon. Some of the other holes will make up for the loss and have more pressure. All right, so a little darkening, even though our pressure is kind of diminished, we'll say. Everything here still looks pretty healthy. Here's our main one. The other ones, no, that one and this one are getting there, but the other two are still pretty faint. So that's about medium pressure, I would say. When you look down here, you see this purple spot, but it does go further down sometimes, so it's cleared up in there. An indication that our pressure is kind of relieved a little bit. Go out here to Hawaii. Oahu's still spitting some out. Now Oahu is. This is the one that we got. I mean, Oahu is here. Now Maui and the main island. But this is the one I'm concerned about because Oahu's where Waikiki and Pearl Harbor and Honolulu. That's where all the population is on that island right there. And that's the one that's spewing a bunch of SO2. So whatever volcanic vent system on that island is relieving the pressure in that region. That's the hub of the wheel. Okay, remember we come over here, we have earthquakes happening at the main island of Hawaii. Ow. And then we have SO2 coming out of this island. Whew. Sorry, I'm trying to do my best here. Oh yeah, we're backing up for their daytime. All right, so as you can see, a lot of pressure still around Japan or China here. Going on Taiwan. See the island of Taiwan. You can see where our fulcrum point basically is. Look at that. It's like a cookie cutter came in there and just carved it right out. Bink, bink. So no gas. Well, I mean, a lot of gas coming out of the region right there, right at our fulcrum point. And that's our little relief valve that's been relieving a lot of pressure in that area. Meanwhile, over here, they don't have release. Well, these are their release valves, these big plumes of SO2 coming out. And some of them are very concentrated. This one's got black in it. All right, that's the darkest. Same with over there. So that's a lot of SO2 coming out of the ground. Now, something I say this every once in a while, but I got to keep repeating it every once in a while. A few years back, wasn't too long ago, that BP Earthwatch found like 4 of these little plumes over in California. And everybody on YouTube freaked out. The whole internet freaked out. Oh my God, the big one's coming. And back then it was, like the first little reporting of SO2 coming out of the ground, really. But now look at it. I mean, now there are millions of dots, not 4, and they're on every continent. So, everybody stopped the world last time. Now nobody bats an eye at it. All right, but very good indicator of our pressure, and it looks like some of our pressure has been relieved a little bit, so that's good. I want to come over here to our upper jet stream now. This is whoa. Make sure this is the right day. Okay, good. Okay, so you can see here's America, and then when I release it, you can see our wind currents here. If I can get this a little better, I'm trying to get the little squares and wavy lines out of it. I wish I had a better setup, but we'll make it work. All right, so as you can see here, there's the United States. We got this flow. Well, this is your upper jet stream coming in off the North Pacific, fanning out across most of the plains and going all the way from the top of the East Coast clear down to the bottom of Florida. Look at this. These, sure looks like something round and spheroid is right there, diverting wind. Let me just put it right there. You see these flow asymmetries? Even down here, a smaller diameter one. Whoops, can't draw very well tonight. And then something up here, too. So it looks to be like 3 of these well placed. But these are up in the higher atmosphere. This is your upper jet stream. And then it causes this kind of effect. All right, now let's, what I want to do is put that right there. Position it. And then we'll pull up your lower jet stream. Okay, you see the correlation. We still have this main feed coming off the North Pacific, fanning out across the United States. Let's drop down to our storm level. Now, here's this giant storm out here with this very intense pulling cold air out of the Arctic here down through the Aleutians and then going right across and hitting, Washington, Oregon, the Pacific coast right there. Okay, so that's going to be a new weather changer when it moves in and then goes across the country. In other news, I don't see anything else really major around. Except, everything down by Antarctica, but okay, that's good enough. Yeah, that's our one major little spit up right there. There's Hopkinson. There you are, sweetie. You didn't miss much. Not much going on anyway. We done there? Yeah, just real quick. I gotta take a peek. Okay. Here we are over at Taiwan, cold water inundation right here. This is doing its job. The warm water in this area is warm, but it's not yellow or white. And let me pull up this color band right there. You see this color band right here? This being cold up until neutral, and then the warmer side, red, orange, yellow, and then white being the hottest. Like that right up there. That's white right there. Okay, so you can see that down here by Taiwan, it's just warm. It's not even hot. All right, so it's doing its job as a relief valve. Same down here at the island of Java with cold water inundation there as well. Let's just kind of look around a little bit here. Okay, this area heating up here, the mid-Atlantic, even the equatorial Atlantic. This is where our hurricanes come off the Horn of Africa, or not the Horn, but off this bulb of Africa here, the west coast, and start coming across. And we got some hot water out there already. Now let's move on. We can come over to earthquakes now. Oh, okay. Well done. Okay, no deep quake in that region right there. Let's just check this one real quick off. 4.9 at 10. Whoa, you can't see that, can you? There we go. So 4.9. You know what we do with 4.9s here. So we got a 5 scrubbing energy at the surface there. That's good. Moving on up, this part of the system quiet, but right here we have a 5.2 scrubbing energy at the surface again. Okay, so 5 energy at the surface. It's moving along, dumping off energy. There's another 5 at 54. Here's another 5. That one's down at 233. So a little deeper activity, still 5 magnitude. And here we are on the island now, not out in the water next to the boundary or anything. This is actually on the land, and we have a 4.2. Ooh, it's down at 204. This is something volcanic going on here. Let me just look around the land features here. Oh, you can't see. There's a volcanic mountain, but that would be a little further off the flanks of it. But that's good. Ooh, do you see this fault line running right through here? All right, so just off that fault line right there, volcano. This might be like almost like a hot springs area, or where we get even cold springs at the foothill region. Snow collects on the upper mountains, runs downhill, and when it hits the flatlands, right, the transition area is where you get like springs and hot springs and stuff on the foothills. So it could be a little weak zone right there, but that's a very interesting quake down at 204. It's down under that island. So energy down deep under that island. Not too deep, but down there. Now coming up here, here's another 4.9 or a 5 at the surface. So all these 5s just breaking loose with energy at the surface, scrubbing energy. There's a 4.6 down at 62. Let's pull this one. 4.8 down at 107. Almost 5 again there. Let's come up to Japan here. Ooh, now on this plate, it's interesting. Come here, you. 5.8, and that's really shallow at a depth of 4.8, and a 4.9, which is a 5. So a 5 and a 5.8, a little larger magnitude. Scrubbing energy off at the surface here. This is like our weak spot. Remember, we had a big quake here at Japan and a big flurry. So our little weak spot acting up again when we had the release of pressure. It was one of the spots that released. Coming on up here, we haven't seen activity in this region in a while. Usually this region's a little deep. Yep, 4.2 down at 122, so it's not like a boundary quake relieving energy. There's this little deeper pocket right here. This is down in there. We got little volcanic islands that tried to stretch out through here. This might actually, oh yeah. This volcanic island, it's on the flank of this volcanic island. This little guy is getting active down beneath it. You can see where the quake is. It's right on the flanks of this. Wonder what the name of this guy is, because it's probably going to wake up one of these days here. Yeah, down at 122, that's magma moving around down in that volcano. 4.2 too. That's impressive. All right. So we have 4 volcanoes up here going off. We might have another one waking up right there. Moving on, let's get on over here. Ooh, what's up at the fulcrum point? 4.9 or a 5. 3.3. You know what? Let me hit up all magnitudes here. Whoops, that's the wrong one. Close that out. What? That one. All right. So as you can see, we've had a little micro quaking up in this region. That's good. I love seeing all that little micro quaking. Our one standalone quake up here, this 4.9. This almost looks like a some old structure here. See this lake? That might be an old little volcanic vent right there that filled with water. Those little pockets around it are kind of strange. Well, that's a river, so that's lowlands. This is high. This is a ridge. Up here, yeah, it might be something going on underneath this little volcanic feature, whatever that is. Interesting. Out in Canada. Now, coming down here, let's look at some of our volcanoes here. We got one on Rainier here. Is it just one? Okay, so little activity right there. Little activity at the next volcano down here at Shasta. Just little ones, but that it shows that there's something going on down below. pressures, magma is moving around down there, causing a little microquaking. 2.1 there. Doo, doo. What's that? Oh, one right in the lake. There's a fault that runs down the middle of the lake. What's going on up here? Oh, it's those. All right, I want to make sure that we're having good swarming there. That's relieving pressure in the region so we don't have a big one. Oh, here we go. I was looking for anything. Oh, it's a 1.6. That's why we didn't see it. So there was a little energy that came over the top. I figured maybe that had used it up, but that's your volcanic activity. Right here at the fulcrum point is 1.9. So 1.9 coming down, and right at our fulcrum point here was 1.6. Okay, let's look down here. Good microquaking there. Even good microquaking here. Even though we know what's going on there, it's still good. It relieves pressure. Believe it or not. They might actually have to, well, I'm not going to have to say this, but 5.9 Mid-Atlantic Ridge just busted out a 6 at the surface. You know that's a 6. Come on now. Everything has to be a 0.9, huh? All right. 5.9 to 6 at the surface, right along the Mid-Atlantic Ridge. This is where stuff comes up from down below and is building a mountain. And these two plates, one's going this way and one's going that way. They're tearing apart, and magma comes up and fills in the middle. Okay. And it's a relief valve as well. This whole zipper zips the planet together, kind of. And there we go. That's our biggest quake we've seen out there in a while. So that might help relieve some of the pressure up above here at Iceland. Oh, do I have to do all that? Okay, South America's clear. That's just typical activity. I want to get in here, though, to Greece. The 4.4 at 11. So surface quake here at Greece. Okay, just making sure it's not a volcanic island or nothing. All right, so this whole area under the gun right here. So everybody in Italy might want to reconsider. Well, a lot of places are going to have to reconsider here pretty soon. Let's get over here to our fulcrum point, 4.4 and 4.4. Yeah, same energy right there. That one's a little deeper because of the, we got mountains and it's thicker crust right there. We did that one. Yeah, 4.8. Oh, peek on this here. Now, you can see these ridge lines, these plates push up against each other, just like if you were pushing a shovel with some snow, and the snow would start to wrinkle out in front of it as this big wave is pushing up. Pressure waves out in front start to grow. And on the other side, we have similar waves, little ridges, okay? And just inside of that is look at this interesting long ridge feature that's just straight and comes to a point. How odd is that? Very strange little ridge structure running all the way down there. Anyways, there's your quake, 4.8. That's a pretty healthy quake right there. It's not a surface quake, so something else going on down in there. All right, I think that's it for the quakes. We cover everything, right? Yeah, and our new one is the Mid-Atlantic Ridge 6. Okay, now let's get on over to our volcano report where we have like a lion. That is no mistake. All right, I have shown you plenty of cloud structures and everything. It is exactly what it is. It's a lion's head. These are signs, all right? And when you see crystal clear, I mean, cookie cutter sign like this, it's unmistakable, is what I should say. It's unmistakable. Man cannot do that, all right? The odds of it actually forming like that are trillions to one. To make a face a properly proportioned is a mathematical formula because it's so hard to get the proportions just right. And we'll go through tonight a bunch of lions that I've captured in the sky, okay? And you will see that this indeed is a sign from the Father. This is the lion. There's other faces in it too. There's a little skull face right here too. It's a little eerie. And we've seen other faces in volcanic blasts too. Okay, this is not the first time. The spiritual realm is real, and it likes to show itself in in this fashion using a different kind of medium like smoke or mist or cloud or ash. Okay, so there is a real sign right there, and it occurred to me today. I was like, oh yeah, what volcano did this lion head come out of? Well, it came out of Ibu. IBU. I don't be anybody else. I be you. I'm like, oh, is that what it's supposed to mean? I be you? And he's like, no, I'm in pain. Ibuprofen, please. I need an Ibu. Oh, I get it. Maybe I should. Yeah, I haven't taken some ibuprofen probably in a week. I should probably been in pain the whole time. Should have been taking it. Oh yeah, maybe a good reminder. Don't forget to take some ibuprofen every once in a while. Anti-inflammatory. IBU or IBU. All right, enough messing around. Let's get into the volcano report. Bingo. Zoom on back. Jack, zoom on back, Jack, and don't you come back no more, no more, no more. Come on now. Give us a second while the volcano page gets testy with me. There's the first, there's the second. We could even go. Well, let's just start in with the second while we got it pulled up. Okay, so here we go. Ebico, unidentifiable in satellite imagery. Here's Ibu or Ibu, ibuprofen, IBU, lion head, 27,000 feet. Hello? Anybody in there? Is this thing on? Is this mic on? 27,000 feet out of IBU. 9,000 out of Luatobi. Simaru, 15,000. Marapi, 20,000. Wow, Ducono, 8,000. Popo, 19,000. Fuego, 16. Vada, 19. There's all your pressure being released right there. Sangay, 18. Reventador, 15. Sabancaya, 25. And that was June 2nd. We still got the 3rd now. Can we get that one going up now? Yeah. So going into the 3rd now, Reykjanes, the weather's cleared up. Now they can get some better video of it. The spatter cone. I think they had a wall collapse and a bunch of lava. Maybe that one. A wall collapse and a bunch of lava came spilling out of it. The effusive eruption at the site continues at stable levels. Okay. Luatobi is 7,000 feet. Semaru today, 15,000. Dukono again today, 8,000. Here's Kilauea. Let's read about Kilauea real quick. An increased seismic activity and ground deformation at Kilauea's summit began around 12 p.m. local time today, indicating possible magma movement underground. Well, duh, that's what it is. All right. The earthquake swarm and ground deformation increased after 5 p.m. local time. While it is uncertain if this activity will lead to an eruption, it is a potential outcome. Though the activity might remain underground, an eruption at Kilauea's summit region within Hawaii's National Volcanic Park is one possible scenario. Lately, we have been through round and round of high pressure, and nothing has popped at Kilauea. The last time it went off, it spewed a bunch of lava, but then it cooled, and it could have, it could have plugged up the perforation, the hole, the vent. Okay, and it's going to be harder for it to blow next time. It's going to swarm out with earthquakes before it finally pops with a lot of pressure. Okay, so let's get back to Popocatépetl, no VA, Fuego, 16,000, Nevada, no VA, Sangay, 22. All right, that was it for the third. All right, so a lot of high blast, a lot of pressure coming out of these volcanoes. All right, let's get this weather report done. All right, let that load up and play real quick. Is the Schumann again? No, right now the Schumann is nice and calm here while that's loading up. Take a big deep breath and exhale and relax. Go, ah. Again, ah. Feels good to have one smooth green line for a minute, huh? Whew. All right, so the Schumann's good. All right, let's get back to our forecast. It's loading up. No problem. Anything for you. You're my number one mod, my best helper, so I will do anything. For any of you guys, really. Really. Because you are family. All right. Did I miss it? Yeah. I was busy flirting with the chat room. Okay. Current conditions, nighttime of the second, still severe weather down here, up in the Minnesota area, possibly still very, heavy rains and high winds as well. Hail, if you're not having tornadoes. I know there was some tornadoes today. In fact, I'm watching Reed. I got like 5 minutes to step aside to check my phone. And I pop open Reed's feed, and he's chasing down this tornado. And right as he catches up to it, his car breaks down. And he can't continue chasing. There's a gate across the road. His engine seizes up, and his chase is over. But then the tornado kind of starts moving in a different direction. And wait a second, the car's not working now. So it was a touchy moment with him today. But there were some tornadoes that touched down today. Yeah, he blew a piston. It was crazy. I was watching it live, going, does anybody realize he's stuck right now? And if that thing takes a zig instead of a zag, and instead it disappears out of frame, and I can just see Reed running across the field, chasing down the tornado on foot. These guys are so much fun. Absolutely fun. All right. And then, okay, back to serious though. Serious weather through this region. It will be hit and miss. It did start twirling back. I saw that, dude. I saw it coming back. I was like, that ain't gonna. And then he disappeared for a minute. His stream went down. I'm like, we may have just seen the last of Dr. Reed. No, I had good faith he'd be back. But It was pretty wild ride there today. And if you haven't seen it, go to Roost Channel, check it out. It was pretty fun. Anyways, serious weather still remaining in this area. Now, what I really want to know is what's going on here on the coast. Oh, I could pull up my weather app. You know what? I'm just gonna in the background want to see how serious this is because you could possibly have some severe weather hitting the coast here. We saw that big storm brewing out there over the Pacific. So here comes this next round of storm coming in on the Pacific with severe weather right about now. So we go into the morning time. This is severe down in Texas. Well, let me move this little thing. Texas Oklahoma border, Arkansas, Kansas, up into Minnesota and Michigan as well. Okay. And that's your morning time tomorrow morning from now on, from starting now until the sunrise. That'll be noontime, convection time, and the nighttime. So nighttime activity, Alabama, Mississippi region, Oklahoma possibly. Morning of the 4th. Now you see this low up here. It's wrapping up. You got severe weather here, but look at all these millibars coming down. So, whoa, we gotta watch what could possibly blossom out of that. Sorry, I knocked my soda over here. Now, continuing on. It's the morning of the 4th, noon, convection right here. This convection's watch out up here in northern Minnesota, up in Canada and stuff. And that can shift a little bit. It could be over Michigan, or it could be back a little bit too. But probably right in that region, the convection of the 4th, nighttime of the 4th. Now that's going to be a severe outbreak right there. At well, quasi-linear storm front right here. It's going to be a little sketchy. If any little discrete cells pop up in front of it, they could be even more dangerous. So let me back up just one. Actually, there's the noon of the 4th, convection. So it's starting to boil up here, convection, and then nighttime, whammo. Even here in Tennessee and Kentucky, watch out there. That could shift. It could be up in here. Just because you don't see anything here doesn't mean watch out. So this big old storm front is going to be gnarly. High winds, large hail, possible tornadoes, possible derecho type effect. Now, derecho has to be, 240 miles in length. But we are having smaller, like mini derecho wind storms. Reed likes to refer to them as a wind bag. And it's basically when one of these little areas starts to push forward more than the rest of the main front, it'll push and it'll create a little surge of wind that, junts out in front of the main storm. So when that, we could see some of those little isolated windbag events similar to what hit Houston, okay? And with our new player, the spheroid effect in our weather, that could change the events too. Oh, also the 4th, don't forget, we have a G1, G2, could be a G3, depending on how much energy we get from the sun to enhance this. Yes, I said to enhance it. It could possibly make this worse. It could make convection stronger than this. And even at noontime, you see the spot up here, but maybe by noon there could be little spots growing down through here. And then at convection, these, see how these are junting up northward like that? We could get a couple more that would, follow suit right through here if we had it added energy. Because look at the motion of this storm. All right, so you could have a 4th and a 5th right there. And then there's your nighttime. Morning of the 5th. One more time with that one. Nighttime of the 4th. Morning of the 5th. Noon, convection, nighttime. Morning of the 6th. Noon, convection, nighttime. We'll get you a wrench too, Chris. Not to fear, bud. You can have one too. I like to give gifts to my friends. We'll get you one. All right, nighttime of the 6th right there. Let's get to the morning of the 7th. Noon, convection. Ooh, See how these are all pop up, very spotty like that? Those isolated pop ups could be iffy around convection. Then nighttime of the 7th, morning of the 8th, noon, convection, nighttime, morning of the 9th, noon, convection, nighttime. Look at that up there. Noon of the 9th, convection of the 9th, nighttime of the 9th. Morning of the 10th, noon, convection, nighttime of the 10th here. We'll watch that one. Morning 11th, noon, convection, nighttime, 12, noon, convection, nighttime, 13, noon, convection, nighttime, 14, noon, convection, nighttime, 14, 15, noon, convection, nighttime, whoa. Noon of the 15th, noon of the 15th, convection, nighttime. Right up in there, too. All right, that's so far out in advance that it all gonna change. It's just kind of a waste of wind. All right, so we got that done. Now let's just start. Oh, we'll keep that. Oh, we can get rid of that. Get rid of this. We can get rid of that. So I'm just gonna start getting rid of some of these instruments so we can pull up some other images to read to. And I want the lion back, and this was the third. Yeah, it was on the first. There it is. There we go. All right, so we got a lion head there. I'm gonna pull up some more lion heads here. Where can we go with that one? Actually, I just get those out of there. And we can go to this. Okay, so lion is a theme. Okay, he's the lion of the tribe of Judah. Okay, got a heart of a lion. All right, is the Lion King. King of the represents a lot. All right, and you can see this little lion type face right there, almost kind of cartoonish or like I don't know. But it seems like it has cat qualities to it, right? So like a lion type face there. But what I really wanted to pull up was where to go. Help me, Lord, where are we? Slow down, and there we go. All right, now here's another one with eyes, nose, mouth. You can see this lion type face right here, okay? So there's another one. We got that one. We can get rid of the forecast. Okay, we got that one. How are we gonna find this? I have to look something up, I guess, real quick. You know the UFO that crossed during the eclipse? Where's the one? Yeah, that's it right there. Oh, can we have a bigger version of it? Can we have a bigger version of it? There, that's a little bit better. All right, so let's catch it when it goes by one more time. I want it without the yellow bar and everything in there. All right, now replay it or something. That's still too close in. Oh, why do they keep ruining it? Here, let's see if we can get it without the captions in it. Because it's not the UFO I'm trying to capture. There's a big giant lion face in the clouds. All right, here we go. It's reversed, but it's right there. Let me pull that one up a tad bit bigger. Okay, the UFO just flew right underneath the lion's nose. Here's the ears. You can clearly see there's a lion face right there. Now, I've been plagued with UFOs my entire life since I was very young. Okay, I knew all about them at 4 years old. I was seeing broad daylight encounters. I saw craft. I saw entities from a very young age, and I knew they were real. Okay, and back in my old days, I was a ufologist. Back when before anybody was even into that. Okay, so I very versed with UFOs and their activity. Okay. And a lot of these times when you see a UFO going in the sky, they're trying to get your attention to look at what's in the clouds. But everybody follows the UFO to look at it, right? Because it's so distracting. You're like, ooh, a saucer. So everybody looks at the saucer go through, but they missed the lion head right here. Okay. And this activity is all over your clouds. You guys better start looking up. You guys better start getting used to what's going on in your skies because now, you probably were visited. Okay. A lot of us were. Okay. It's all right. It's no big deal. It's part of the story as well. It's hard to describe where they fit in. They're the watchers, okay? They're the fallen that have the technology that watch from above. So they participate in the other realm and, well, how do I say this? They participate in, they're participants, just like you are in this whole spiritual journey, okay? So here's a lion face. Hopefully you can see that little lion face right there. Okay. And can we get like I want the shot, not totally small. What? Right. All right, that's a little bit better right there. Okay. And something we can do here too that's kind of fun is I like to take the screen, tilt it back, and put it into negative. Well, it's not going to work there, but oh yeah, it does. See, because when God does this in the clouds, he's bending light, okay? He's using clouds and the water droplets to bend light to create the images. These, you can't just create this stuff with HARP or anything like that, okay? It's divine technology. To be able to do this is God's handiwork. It's just plain as can be. All right, so there's a lion. All right, and then we got our lion here. Well, we could pull up the other lion too. Here, where is it? Well, instead of just going right to the one single picture of the lion, of this little lion face right here, maybe I'll just put the GIF up or the flip book there, and we'll have another lion face there. All right. Okay, so now we're going tonight with the lion theme, all right? Because there's something that's very important that people are discussing, and they have a misunderstanding about it because they read too much into the Bible and are trying to, well, they're trying to understand what's not meant for theirs to be understood. So we'll go. We'll get into this lion theme here a little bit, but I got one other thing for you here. So we're doing this about 4 or 5 months back. No, probably a little longer than that. We had a tornado that hit Florida, and during the tornado, a storm chaser was chasing this tornado, and it started to flip over cars. So he pulled over and was recording it. And during his recording, an electromagnetic voice print was picked up. Okay, and it has a message in it. And we're going to play that message. Now, messing around with EVPs is not recommended. Okay? Not supposed to be necromancing, all right? But this is different because this is my message. Okay, this is not necromancing. I'm not trying to talk to the dead or a dead relative. This is the spiritual realm trying to communicate to you, to the world, all right? And this was broadcast on the news. Now, I got to get the audio set up here, and I want to blow your eardrums out. Now, you got to remember there's windshield wipers playing, all right, in this guy's car. He's recording the storm. The video isn't all that great, but what we're listening for is the electromagnetic voice print that was left as residue on this video. And it says my name. Brian. Oh, what's going on with my audio? Oh, it's not on.
Outside. They're dangerous.
Okay, it's saying Brian Knight is coming. Brian Knight is coming like a lion, and he's God. Okay, like a lion. All right. Now, we got this wonderful Brian Knight is coming like a lion. All right. And check it out. That's my face right there. And the lion. So Brian Knight is coming like a lion. All right. And he's God. Now, a lot of people get confused because they read that Jesus is the lion, right? But then they read that the devil roams around like a lion, seeking whom he may devour, right? Okay, so let me get back to this little image of the bisymmetry again. All right, and this is a spiritual affliction that you're stuck with too, okay? It's not just me. I created you this way. Okay. Now, he roams around like a lion, seeking whom he may devour, because he's the lion of the tribe of Judah. He can roam around like a lion and devour whomever he wants. He's the lion of the tribe of Judah. It's the same lion. Get it now? It's not this one or that one. It's the same one. Making sense now to you guys a little bit? The lion that roams around. Look, when I approach somebody and they don't believe me, well, then I can consume them. But if they do believe me, I get to bless them. I roam around. I'm a hunter. I'm hunting for souls, people I can salvage. The ones that don't want to be salvaged, well, they get devoured. That's me. I'm the hunter. I roam around like a lion, seeking and devouring. Okay? You guys do the same thing. You just don't know it. You roam around too, devouring people, trying to keep you from doing that. And spread peace instead. Okay? So, like a lion, you are also like a lion. And what I am doing is I'm awakening the lion within you. All right? I'm awakening all my lions. You're going to feel something inside of your chest start to really not burn, but yearn. And you're going to have fire in your chest. You're going to have intestinal fortitude, something like that. Okay? Some guts. You're going to, courage. Yeah. Remember in the Wizard of Oz, the cowardly lion? He didn't have any courage. Yeah, well, that's what heart of a lion is courage, right? So, helping you guys build some courage here. All right. And when you see that, well, you're looking at me. When you see that, you're looking at me. When you see that, well, that's me again. Okay. And deep in my stuff, there's more lion photos hiding probably somewhere. But these are some of the most accessible ones, the ones I can find right away and kind of pull up some images for you guys right there. All right. Cool. Chased off like 7 of them. No good. Scared them off. We were at 20, and as soon as I showed that picture, they were like, oh! No, can't face the truth. Well, it's called denial. And we'll break you that. We'll get you through it. Okay? That's what I'm here for. Help you. Give you the tools to help you deal with your issues with the help of Jesus. Okay? When you're praying, pray to Jesus, right? It's name above all names. I'm not sitting here telling you, oh, use my name when you're praying. No. Use the name of Jesus. That's the name that invokes the not magic, the miraculous, we'll say. Okay. So a lot of people were sitting there going, I'm never going to pray your name. I never said to pray my name. My name is an earthly name. You'll know me by my spirit when you meet me. You're going to go, dude, there's nobody like you. All right? There's nobody like you either. Now, I got another little thing for us here. Okay. And it's I got 5 lessons here. So, let me go look at my notes real quick. We got the eclipse lion. We got the photos lion. I got the volcano lion, right? Get the volcano lion. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Volcano lion. All right, cool. All right, yeah. And that's all of them. All right. So I got my lion images there. Now, when you see these other images, like this, and like this, and stuff like this in your clouds, and now when I tell you that's a real lion head, yeah. Now you guys are a little more attuned to believing or at least being open-minded to possibly grasp what I am giving to you here. Where's this here? I want these out of there. Oh, well, that's good enough. Okay, yeah. All right, I need to take a deep breath here, too, get my reading all together. All right. So, I know there's a lot of stuff that's going on in the media right now. We are watching some very ugly stuff happen to our country. So it can be really discouraging, okay? That's why I keep telling you guys, don't get too involved in the mainstream media and all the news that's going on. It's small fry compared to what's really going on, right? This political campaign and all the media making millions of dollars, taking all your money so they could, shove you, irritating ads while they get rich, right? Well, quit watching those guys. You're being deceived. All right. It's good that we come over here and look at some of this. All right. So I know it can be discouraging when you look around and you see what's going on, but it's why it's important that you read the Bible and you understand Scripture and you understand the book of Revelation. It describes the end times. We are in the end times, okay? I know it's scary. Oh, don't want to die. Well, were you even alive? Because when I look around, most people aren't even alive. They think they are. They're just doing their mundane daily routine, but they're dead inside. They're not happy. They're miserable. Okay, so it's important that you don't be discouraged. Okay, it's very discouraging, and do not be discouraged by the difficulty of keeping your focus on me. I know that your heart's desire is to be aware of my presence continually. But this is a lofty goal. You aim toward it, but you never fully achieve it in this life. So don't let feelings of failure weigh you down. Okay, I repeat, don't let feelings of failure weigh you down. You guys have all these failures, right? And you're just dwelling on them. Learn from them and move on. Don't dwell on them. Learn from them and don't do it again. So I know you want to be present or aware of my presence continually, and you aim towards it, but you can't do it in this lifetime. You have feelings of failure that weigh you down, but instead, try to see yourself as I see you. Came here. Let's get back to this. No. Okay, I see you as bathed in my righteousness. Where are we? Well, see the crown? You guys are going to get your crown too, right? So, don't let feelings of failure weigh you down. Instead, try to see yourself as I see you. First of all, I am delighted by your deep desire to walk closely with me through your life. That's what delights me, is your desire to walk with me. I am pleased each time you initiate communication with me. You know that? Even if you're not perfect at it and you don't say the perfect prayer, you don't know what you're doing, you are attempting to initiate communication with me. And I'm pleased when you take time to initiate communication with me. In addition, I notice the progress you have made since you first resolved to live in my presence. Did you know that? I notice your progress since you first resolved to live in my presence. Because some of you have resolved to live in my presence now, and you see your finish line. You see a lot more in life. You're living rich and full. Okay? And I notice your progress since we first started. Now, when you realize that your mind has wandered away from me, don't be alarmed or surprised, because you live in a world that has been rigged to distract you. Yes, This world is rigged. The world is rigged to distract you. Dude, look over here. Look, oh my God, the court case. Everybody, look over here. The court case. Dude, where was that court case 3 years ago? All of a sudden now, something going on in the right hand? You better watch the left hand. They are all diversionary tactics. That's all they know. That's all they do. Well, and then they blackmail each other and pay each other hush money. And then they have the nerve to go after somebody else and accuse them of the very thing that, well, they're professional at. Yeah, that's really going to come back to bite them, don't you think? Because it says you're not supposed to bear false witness. Boy, these guys are. You can sit there and go, right along with me, can't you? You see them on the news and you can go, oh, I see what you're doing. Ooh, if you only knew. Huh. Now you have that little inside joke with me. Ooh, if they only knew. Oh, boy, what he just said, oh, he's going to take that one back, huh? Because it's what you say, right? Your words come back to get you, right? So watch what some of these people say, and you can just go, ooh. Oh, I know what's going on there. And it gives you an inside view, doesn't it? An inside scoop. You guys have a new life it's difficult to live. You have a perspective that, well, you're more intelligent, and it's becoming hard to walk through the zombie mess when you're enlightened, right? It gets irritating, frustrating, and discouraging. So do not be discouraged by the difficulty of keeping on that path. All right. All right. Just pull your bootstraps up and keep going. Okay. And when you realize your mind has wandered away from me, don't be alarmed or surprised, because this world is rigged. Elections are rigged, commercials are rigged, insurance is rigged, your economy is rigged, your money system's rigged, your elections are rigged. Everything is rigged. There is not one thing on this planet that is not rigged except for this right here. That's the one thing that is not rigged. When you start seeing that in your planet, you're going to, you will be discouraged, but I tell you, do not be discouraged. Okay? Each time you plow your way through the massive distractions to communicate with me, you achieve a victory. Just by communicating with me. When you fight through all these distractions to communicate with me, you have achieved a victory, a spiritual victory. Did you know that? Did you know you guys are chalking up spiritual victories all day long? And in fact, I got to take a moment to talk to some of the people here that have been using these tools, because you're finding that you are doing multiple salvages a day. As soon as you salvage one, something comes to right away to knock that back, and you have to recover again. And you're doing very well at bouncing back, recovery, bounce back, recovery, bounce back. And just when you think, oh, I don't want to have to bounce back again, and then something hits you again, and you're like, ah. About ready to give up. So it's important that you realize the world is rigged to distract you, and you have to plow your way through all these distractions to communicate with me. And when you finally do, you achieve that spiritual victory, and then rejoice in these tiny triumphs, and they will increasingly light up your days. So when you start to acknowledge your little triumphs, okay, because they're They are triumphs, and they're not little. They might seem tiny triumphs to you, but in the spiritual realm, they're huge. They're victories. They're spiritual achievements. They're spiritual victories. So rejoice in these little tiny triumphs, these spiritual victories. And when you rejoice in your little victories, they will increasingly light up your days. Don't they? Yeah. Yes, they do. Okay. So I want you to grow strong in the light of my presence. Your weakness does not repel me. On the contrary, it attracts my power, which is always available to flow into a yielded heart. A yielded heart. A heart that surrendered, says, okay, I'm done trying to control this. You got it. I'm going to let go and I'm let you have control. Let go and let God, all right? That's a yielded heart, an open mind, an open heart. So grow strong in the light of my presence now. I'm here. Your weakness does not repel me. On the contrary, that's what attracts my power, which is available to flow into your yielded heart. So, if you have a yielded heart, do not condemn yourself for your constant need of help. You've yielded. There's no need to condemn yourself anymore. Yield, surrender, let go. And do not condemn yourself for your constant need of help. Instead, come to me with your gaping neediness and let the light of my love fill you. That's what fills you, is the light of my love. When that has filled you, you grow strong in the light of my presence. Now, this yielded heart, I want to try to say this without offending everybody, but maybe you need to be offended sometimes. It's good that we address these things maturely, okay? So what I want to address is the yielded heart. A yielded heart does not whine. It does not complain or rebel when the going gets rough. It musters the courage to thank me during the hard times. It's easy to thank me during the easy times. What kind of victory is that? That's nothing. That's a participation trophy when you thank me for the good times. Can you do it in the hard times? Can you? Because that's when you're going to need it the most, is in the hard times, and it's going to work. And you're going to need something that's going to work, right? So, a yielded heart does not whine. It does not complain. It does not rebel when the going gets rough. It musters courage. Your heart now musters the courage to thank me even during the hard times. Yielding yourself to my will is ultimately an act of trust. It's in quietness and trust is your strength. Because there's going to be supermen and women out there. Now, okay, so we got that done. I got more. Hold on, your bootstraps. We're not done yet. Drop and give me 20. No. Now, every time something thwarts your plans or your desires, use that as a reminder to communicate with me. Everything is a reminder to communicate with me. You just refuse to do it sometimes. So you put your foot down. No, I got this. Oh, that's when I back away, take my hands off. Oh, you got this, huh? Okay, go ahead. And then you get all frustrated. Okay. So every time something thwarts your plans, that's your reminder right there. Okay, I'm in traffic and I was never a road rager, but now people on their cell phones sitting at a green light, it can get frustrating. It's just kind of irrational behavior and it can get frustrating. So that thwarts my plans and I get frustrated. So that's my reminder. It's like, oh, I'm doing it again. Catch yourself. Can you catch yourself sometimes when you're doing it and say, oops, I'm doing it again, Lord. Please help me. Please help me stop doing that. I caught myself. When you do that, you stop doing it. And then pretty soon you don't do it anymore. And you move on to the next victory. And I used to curse and swear like a sailor. And I'm trying to clean up my vocabulary. And I'll be cussing like a sailor and go, whoops, whoa there, cowboy. Just dropped a couple F-bombs. And I go, Lord, I'm doing it again. I was getting frustrated. I started to call that person a Buddha. And I take that back. They know not what they do. I need to calm down, take a couple breaths. Okay, regain composure, salvage that moment, take that little victory, and move forward. Every time something thwarts your plans or desires, use that as your reminder now to communicate with me. Because this practice of doing it has several benefits. The first is obvious. Talking with me blesses you and strengthens our relationship. Another benefit is that disappointments, instead of dragging you down, your disappointments are transformed into opportunities for good now. This transformation of your disappointments into opportunities removes the sting from the difficult circumstances, making it possible to be joyful in the midst of adversity. Voila. Bingo. There it is in a nutshell. Okay? Talking with me blesses you and strengthens our relationship. Another benefit is that disappointments now, instead of dragging you down, your disappointments are transformed into opportunities. This transformation removes the sting now. Death, where is your sting now? You are transformed. That transformation removes the sting from difficult circumstances, making it possible to be joyful now in the midst of your adversity. You will look at it and go, oh, this is part of the test. I'm going to be Superman after this adversity. Oh, yeah? So when you look at it that way, your disappointments aren't dragging you down. They're transformed into opportunities for good, to grow. And to grow and be joyful while you're in that adversity. Now, begin by practicing this discipline in all the little disappointments of daily life. That's where it gets hard. Try to begin practicing this discipline in all the little disappointments of your daily life. Oops, drop the milk on the floor. You're all those, every single one of them. Okay, and it's hard. I miss them all the time, and I get all worked up, and I'm like, that was my opportunity back there. I need to back up and go grab it. So, practice the discipline with your daily disappointments. It is often these minor setbacks that draw you away from my presence. Okay, it's the little things that draw you away. So when you reframe your setbacks as opportunities now, you find that you gain much more than you've lost. You gained more than you have lost. Magic, miraculous. It's real. What else do I have for you? Okay, so your minor setbacks that draw you away from my presence, when you reframe these setbacks now as opportunities now, they're no longer negative, now they're positive, you find that you gain now instead of losing. All right. And it's only after much training that you can accept major losses in this positive way. But it is possible to attain the perspective of the apostle Paul, much like yourself, who wrote, "Compared to the surpassing greatness of knowing Jesus Christ, I consider everything I once treasured to be as insignificant as rubbish." So a lot of things that you once treasured have kind of lost their luster and their value, but that's okay because it didn't have that real value. Now you guys are much like the Apostle Paul. You know the greatness of Jesus Christ, and they consider everything that you once treasured, like this crap on this planet, is now insignificant and rubbish, isn't it? All the political bull is insignificant and rubbish. All the lying media and all the insignificant rubbish. Gotta start looking at it that way, or else you're just gonna go nuts. Okay. I love that stuff right there. That was a lot of hard work. Practice the obvious. Talking with me blesses you and strengthens our relationship. Disappointments turn, instead of dragging you down, transformed into opportunities. It takes the sting out of difficult circumstances. Now you can find a way to actually see, oh, this is a test during your adversity. And you see that, oh, if I could just make it through this, that would be my spiritual achievement. Now I see what I'm doing here. So you will strive during your adversity instead of sit there and pity party. Oh, poor me. Somebody picking on me. Oh, I'm in the middle of adversity. So what? Learn to be joyful in the midst of it. Take it as like the test that it is. Hey, I got adversity in my life. That means I'm being tested. You should worry if you don't have adversity in your life, because then you're not being tested, are you? So be thankful for your adversity. That means you're being tested. If you did not have it in your life, that's when you should really worry. And then now, when you welcome adversity, you're joyful in the midst of it. And it's not easy, okay? It just takes practice, but you're grasping the concepts now, okay? Setbacks are now opportunities. There is no such thing as a setback. No such thing. They do not exist. Everything is an opportunity. And when you reframe setbacks and you realize everything's an opportunity, you find that you gain much more. You actually gain instead of losing now. Okay. Do I want to close that? Or I have other stuff to list? Okay, yeah. Ooh. Okay. Sorry. I'm very tired. Okay, now I got one more thing and then our closer. So It's important that you guys grasp this because this is your limitations right here. You can live as close to me as you choose. You get that? It's however deep you want to go in, however committed you want to be. You can live as close to me as you choose. I set up no barriers between us. Neither do I tear down barriers that you erect. Do you get that? When you put up your barrier between you and me, I don't come tearing down your barriers. That was you. I set up no barriers between us, but neither do I tear down the ones that you erect. So don't erect barriers in between us. There won't be anything to tear down, right? Pretty simple stuff. Now, people tend to think that their circumstances determine their quality of their lives. So they pour their energy into trying to control those situations. They feel happy when things are going well and sad or frustrated when things don't turn out as they had hoped. It didn't go their way, it didn't go your way. So you're happy when things are going your way, but you're sad and frustrated when things don't go your way. People rarely question this correlation between their circumstances and their feelings. They have no idea that there's a correlation between your circumstances and your feelings. Your circumstances can make you feel a certain way, can't they? What darn, there is a correlation there. Okay? So, you're happy when things are going well. You're sad and frustrated when it's not going your way. And most people never questioned that there was a correlation between their circumstances and their feelings. Yet it is possible to be content or to be happy in any situation. It's possible to be content or happy in every situation. It's possible. It's hard to do, but it's possible. It is possible to be content in any and every situation now. Okay? Got to strive for that, to be content in any and every situation. Put more energy now into trusting me and enjoying my presence. Don't let your well being depend on your circumstances, because that's what we all do. Oh, I'm not doing well because of my circumstances. Don't let your well being depend on your circumstances. Instead, connect your joy to my precious promises. I am with you, and I will watch over you wherever you go. I will meet all your needs according to my glorious riches. And nothing in all creation, I repeat, nothing in all creation will be able to separate you from my love. Understand? Nothing can separate you from my love. You're stuck with me. I love you. All right? And I'm not going to stop loving you. Ha. Now, that was the closer? No, here's the closer. Okay, so now that you're stuck with me, and I'm just going to keep loving you, okay? So now walk peacefully with me through each day. I know you're wondering how you will cope with all that is expected of you. You must traverse each day like every other day, and it's one step at a time. Quit trying to take one day at a time. You're going to focus on one step at a time. Okay, so instead of mentally rehearsing how you will do this or do that, keep your mind on my presence and on taking the next step. The more demanding your day, the more help you can expect from me. Now, this is a training opportunity, and since I designed you for deep dependence on your shepherd king, challenging times wake up and amplify your awareness of needing my help. Huh. It's these challenging times now that we live in that people wake up and they're amplified their awareness of needing God's help. When you don't know what to do, wait. When you don't know what to do, wait. Wait while I open the way before you. Sometimes you're looking for the way, but it's not opened yet. So slow down and wait while I open the way before you. Okay. And trust that I know what I'm doing and be ready to follow my lead. I will give you strength and I will bless you with peace. Okay? Challenging times wake you up and amplify your awareness of needing my help. So when you don't know what to do, wait while I open the way before you. Then trust that I know what I am doing and be ready to follow my lead. I will give you strength and I do bless you with peace, don't I? That peace is transcending your adversity and your circumstances all around you. The whole world is against you. And you have peace with me in this moment right now. Something thwarts your plans, communicate with me. Setbacks or opportunities. There are no setbacks anymore. There are no setbacks. You're a marathon runner in a race. Even if you tripped and stumbled, that still does not make you, you're no longer a contestant. You're still a contestant in the race. Whether you triple, stumble, and fall, no matter what, does not take you out of the race. So every time something thwarts your plans, don't get upset. It's an opportunity. And then when you see it, the opportunity that it is, then you can be joyful in that adversity. It's it's going to be vital. It's already vital that you guys practice this. It should have been taught in school. What was the other note I wanted to repeat here? Again, with your feelings of failure, do not let feelings of failure weigh you down. Okay? Don't be discouraged by the difficulty of keeping your focus on me. This world is full of distractions. It's a lofty goal, anyways. And don't let your feelings of failure, not being able to constantly be aware, don't let that little failure weigh you down. That's not what I'm judging you on anyway. So don't judge yourself on it. It's not your failures. I'm delighted that you're here at this channel. I'm delighted that you listen to these notes. I'm delighted that you have a deep desire to walk close with me. You and I are building a relationship. It's not about religion, it's a relationship. And how are you going to build a relationship? Well, by getting to know the person, right? Well, that's what we're doing. We're getting to know each other, aren't we? I know everything about you, but you don't know much about me, so I got to kind of spill my guts a little bit so you get to know me and learn, and then you get to grow strong in my presence. You get to be quiet. You got something you can trust now. You have strength. You're not discouraged. You're a light that shines into other people's lives now. You guys are doing the real work now. You are reflecting me into other people's lives. You guys are actually practicing and finding salvation. You're salvaging your days. You had a bad day and you turned it around and you salvaged it. Oh, something else happened, but you were able to salvage it a second time and the rest of the day went pretty good. But that whole day would have been ruined if you hadn't have practiced your salvage, your training. Okay, we're in the salvage industry. Okay, we're in the salvage business. When you're having adversities and you're getting irritated, remind yourself, I'm in the salvage business. I can salvage this day. I can turn this around. Somebody else is having a bad day. I can help them salvage their day. What's a technique I could use that I could show them that would help them turn their day around, right? That's what salvation is we are salvaging our day, our week, our month, whatever it is. It could be moment to moment. In my case with pain, it's moment to moment. It's second to second, Every other step. I got a shattered hip that's excruciating. It's almost paralyzing. So one leg hurts and the other one's paralyzing. So you'll have to focus on each step. So one step at a time. Keep focused. When you get distracted, catch yourself. Whoops, I'm doing it again. Help me, Lord. Help me stay focused here. And the moment you do that, it's heard. I delight when you do that. Don't you go anywhere. Class isn't over yet. I didn't ring the bell yet. All right. Anyways, you guys are doing great. I'm so happy for you. The ones that are finding you're finding your peace now. You're able to use these tools and find peace. And I'm so grateful that that you trusted me and you're actually applying this stuff and finding real peace, real strength, real happiness. Okay? That's it for tonight. I love you all. I miss you all. And until my next show, Brian Knight is coming like a lion. I'll be back. Oh, wait. We got some people here I want to thank. Thank you, Leslie. Wait, come back here, you. Put that back up. Let's get up. That one up. Lioness Den. This is my first time here as I am first to be a Lioness Den. Okay. Well, welcome, Lioness Den. Head to bed. Oh, bear lover. Christine. Oh, really? Well, you came to the right place there, Linus. Oh, thank you, Chris, for being here. And Hopkinson, Michelle, and Amy Lynn, Eric Ebu. Oh, all right. Just a few people wanted to thank you for coming here, spending some of your precious time here. I hope you enjoyed this show. I hope you learned something. I hope you're practicing and finding peace. And hang in there, okay, you guys? You're doing awesome. That's it for tonight. Until my next show, I will be back. I am already back, and I am still to come. Brian Knight is coming like a lion. Brian Knight is coming like a lion. All right, and I'm waking up my other lions. So you're going to feel some power inside your chest now, some freedom, the ability to breathe. All right. That's it for tonight. Love y'all. Bye. Bye. Till my next show. I will be back. I'm already back, can't you tell?